Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to our respected principal ma'am, honorable chief guest, beloved teachers, parents, and students. I'm Akshani from grade 8B. Welcome you all to the event Reading Week celebration. A special thanks to the chief guest, Ms. Mrudula, vice principal, Chinmaya Vidalaya, Kannur, for the Reading Week celebration. It is our culture to remember God Almighty before everything we do or start. So let us begin this function seeking the blessing and presence of God Almighty. I would like to invite Vishweshwar to lead the prayer and let us all stand for the same.
All join your hands and close your eyes for the prayer. Om Bhutbhuhasvaha Dashaviturmarenyam Margon Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yana Prachodaya. Om Bhutbhuhasvaha Dashaviturmarenyam Margon Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yana Prachodaya. Diyo Yana Prachodaya. Dio Yana Prachodayat. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishweshwar. I feel the presence of God here. The light of COVID pandemic In the light of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) has asked schools to celebrate National Reading Day, week, and month with online reading related activities. National Reading Day is celebrated to honor the father of the library movement in Kerala, the late P.N. Panikkar, whose death anniversary is on June 19. The 26th National Reading Day has been celebrated on June 19, 2021. The following week as Reading Week and month has been celebrated from June 19 to July 18. The CBSE, in a notification, has requested schools celebrate Reading Day, week, and month by organizing similar online activities or other activities involving technology available to students. The board has also asked schools to encourage students' participation in the online activities and competitions being organized. Have you all ever wondered what are the benefits of reading? Reading develops the mind. Mind is a muscle, it needs exercise. Understanding the written word is one way the mind grows in its ability. Teaching children to read helps them develop their language skills. It also helps them learn to listen. Reading helps children focus on what someone else is communicating. It is how we discover new things. Books, magazines, and even internet are great learning tools which require the ability to read and understand what is read. A person who knows to read can educate themselves in any area of life they are interested in. We live in an age where we overflow with information, but reading is the main way to take advantage of it. Reading develops imagination. TV and computer games have their place, but they are more like amusement. With reading, a person can go anywhere in the world or even out of it. They can be a king or an adventurer or a princess. The possibilities are endless. Non readers never experience these joys to the same extent. Reading develops the creative side of people. Get the creative juices flowing. Reading is fundamental in developing a good self image. Reading helps to expand the vocabulary. Reading new words puts them in their mind for later use. Now, I invite Kabira Saira of grade 8B to welcome and introduce our chief guest to all of us.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Hosur Public School, I would like to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest of today's session, Ms. Nidula Emma, who is a vice principal of renowned institution Chinmaya Vidyalaya, functioning at Kannur. She did her master's degree in linguistics and BS specialized in English language and literature. She is also having teaching experience of 17 years. She has been a resource person of English language and literature for CBSE and South Sahodia. She is a very good writer and a storyteller. Presently, she has been writing a column called Mirudumuri for a magazine article published in print media and digital media. Mostly, she writes short essays as molded. She has molded the lives of so many students and served people with her kind-heartedness. In order to indicate reading habits in students, our Public School has organized a reading celebration. As announced by the CBSE, we are celebrating Reading Week from 19th June to 25th June. Students were asked to take Reading Day pledge. Children from KG to grade 5 enacted fairy tales, cartoon characters, and narrated stories. Read just like the characters. And students from grade 6 to 11 have their book reviews through podcast and PowerPoint presentation. They highlighted the sy- synopsis message and conveyed what they liked about the book. The students of all the sections enthusiastically participated in the activity. The homeroom language periods were chosen for the book discussion activity. Students' message conveyed and what they liked about the book discussion activities. Students analyzed the book and encouraged their book reviews. reviews. Teachers, teachers played the role of facilitator in this activity. Students reviewed the book and presented critical analysis for the same. There also class discussion, they talked about the book that they have read, highlighting characters and events that they particularly liked and got the opportunity to share their valuable inputs. The style of language and attitude of writers were also discussed. After the discussion, the students were asked to write the reviews on the book read by them. It was noticed that most children love to read, suggested by the peers. They a very instrumental role in conducting these activities. They shared a list of suggested reading to the children. It was an enlightening activity. Now I request our chief guest to Miss Midula to answer the questions like what is your favorite genre? How many books have you read in your entire life? How to become a good writer? How many hours a day should we read? How can I become a good writer?
My dear, ask one by one. Okay. Let her finish her session and you can ask one by one. Okay.
Okay.
Keep all the questions with you. She will answer.
Thank you, Kabira Saira. It was an interesting introduction. Now I request our principal ma'am, Dr. V. Bindu, to address the gathering.
Good evening, my dearest Mridula and my dearest children, all of you, Akshayani, Kabira, Vishweshwar, Elavereshi ma'am, all the teachers, all the parents, all the students who have joined to listen to the session. Good evening once again to all and welcome to the session. So you must have heard about Mridula ma'am and why she is special today. You know, I will just tell you something. Reading, you have told so many things, right? Akshayani told that reading takes us to so many places, even we do not travel. Okay, you can even dream with your eyes open when you read books. And if you want to be an extraordinary person, what you can do? It is essential that you have to read. So, Mridula ma'am, why she is an extraordinary person, why she is a guest today, that answers, why she is, because she is a very good reader and she is a very good writer. And moreover that, she is a very good human being. She is loved by the children in her school. I have really witnessed that. And she loves all the children. She's very good at heart. She can love everyone. So this is a real embodiment of virtue, or a good quality that you can develop, by listening to Mridula ma'am. You will understand how this reading will actually help you to develop your personality, essentially your value system, or your, because, when you read books, you look into the characters from different perspectives. Sometimes when you read the story of a thief, you will look into the story from the corner of a thief. So you will feel sympathy for that thief. You will understand why the thief has done that mistake. Especially Les Miserables, one story is there, Bishop Candlesticks. You can read that. Okay, Victor Hugo's. So when you read that, you feel that, a thief can also become a saint once. A saint can be a thief also. So everything is hidden in us. So it is how we stimulate all these things that matters a lot. So reading will actually help you. So it is a magical thing that will help you to travel, especially in this online, closed time. We are all inside the home. We can't travel. You miss your school. So you can read a lot about schools, books like Toto Chan and Heidi. So you will feel so happy. You will be one among them. So that is something. So you can even go to Hogwarts, a Magical Academy. Whose book is that? Can anybody say?
Harry Potter.
Wonderful.
J.K. Rowling.
Give a clap.
Harry
Who
Potter,
answered?
ma'am.
Who answered?
Vashturan, ma'am.
Good boy.
Harry Potter.
Wonderful, dear. So it is a
Harry
gift.
Potter, ma'am.
Thank you. So it is a gift. When you give the gift to somebody, you can always open the gift. So the gift is always there. So often prefer to have a gift book as your gift. Okay. So this is something you can listen to Mridula ma'am. So with all my love and respect, I invite Mridula ma'am to this session, to our Hosur Public School family. Welcome to you. Over to you, Mridula ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this warm words of welcome. Namaste. Good afternoon to all the teachers and students out there. Have you all had your evening coffee?
Yes,
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yes,
Thumbs
ma'am.
up.
Yes, ma'am.
Thumbs up. Okay, fine. Great. And you're all ready to listen to stories, right?
Yes,
You're in a
ma'am.
mood
Yes,
to
ma'am.
listen to
Yes,
stories.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And first of all, actually, I was wondering, what am I going to tell now? Because our excellent compeers, they have told us all about books, reading, and stories. Who was the first one who introduced? Who was that?
Akshani.
She told.
Akshayani.
Yeah. Yes.
Akshayani.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. She told us about the CBSE circular. She gave us a peep into the CBSE circular, and she told us why are we celebrating Reading Week, everything. And then the other person, she told us all about why should we read. So I was wondering, what am I going to tell you? You people seem to know everything. Very good children. You know everything. So I'm so happy to be with you today. So let us talk a little bit about why should we read. And as your friend told, this is Reading Week, no? And we are celebrating Reading Week in memory of P.N. Panikkar sir. And we are proudly say, Bindu ma'am and I, we will proudly say he's a Malayali. Because both of us are Malayalis, we are from Kerala. As I will say, P.N. Panikkar sir is a Malayali. And what did he do? He died many years back. And even now we remember him. The whole India, even CBSE, celebrates Reading Week to remember him. Do you know what did he do to earn this much of respect? What did he do? only did one small thing. He went around the entire length and breadth of Kerala and he established libraries. What did he do? He started libraries. It was years back. It was even before independence. It was many years back. During those days, we didn't have bus or car or train. No such means of transport was available to him. Mostly he walked. He spent a lot of money from his own pocket. There was no one to give him help. There was no government help. And he traveled everywhere. And he opened libraries everywhere. You know, don't your school have a library? Yes, you can put the comment in
Yes,
the
ma'am,
chat
we
box.
have.
You can put the comment in the chat box and you can show me the thumbs up. Okay? Either you can show me the thumbs up or you can put the comment in the chat box. I appreciate your comments in the chat box. Okay? Because when I read it, I'm so happy because you are traveling with me. No? Yes, you have a library and you take books from there, right? And you read. And why do we read? Because when we read, we become big. How do we become big? Do we become fat? Very fat?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
How do we become
Our
big then?
intelligence will become bigger.
Our hearts will become big. Our soul will become big. Our intelligence, our thoughts will become big. Because there is a saying that what is food to the body is reading to the mind. We eat food to keep our body fit and healthy, right? Your teachers, your parents always tell us to take a balanced diet, to eat a lot of vegetables, don't eat that much of junk food because you have to keep yourself healthy. And reading keeps you healthy mentally, emotionally, you become fit. Because when you read, as Bindu ma'am said, you come across many kind of people. You come across many kind of experiences which are not ours. Can we experience everything? How long will we live? A human being, what is the general lifespan? Maybe maximum 80 years, 80. Within that 80 years, the first 20 years we spend for education, we are children, we learn. And maybe after 20 years, after your college education and all, you start living. And do you think in the remaining 16 years, how much are we going to experience by ourselves? How much first-hand experience we will have? Very little, no? Very little. But when we start reading, we will learn about so many people. We will come across so many experiences. We will understand so many things. And as we read, we will become big. Our thoughts will expand. I will give you one example. I will give you one example of this. You might have heard of Bhagat Singh, no? Who is Bhagat Singh? Bhagat Singh?
Freedom fighter.
Yeah,
Freedom fighter.
freedom fighter. Bhagat Singh is a freedom fighter. He was hanged to death when he was just 23 years old. He was a brave freedom fighter, very young, yes. And then he was hanged when he was just 24 years old, very young. And you know what was he doing when the people came, the police came to take him to the place where he has to be hanged? What was he doing? Can you tell me?
He was holding the Indian flag.
He
And
was,
even though he died, he did not let it.
yeah, he didn't die, even though he died, because he lives in our heart. We are all proud. What was he doing just before his death?
He was protecting the Indian flag and holding it
He
very
was
tight.
reading the autobiography written by Lenin. And just think about that. He very well knew that he's going to die after 5 minutes because he is sentenced to death. And he knew that today morning I'm going to die. There was no change in that. But still, when the police came to call him to the place, he was reading and he told the people, wait 5 minutes there, let me finish this page. See? And he's saying, I'm meeting another revolutionary. So people read so that they can become big in heart. So that is the story of, and there is an excellent reader coming from your state. A beautiful reader who inspires us all with his work, with his thought, with his words. Who was a great scientist who took India to the space. Who became
Abdul Kalam.
Dr. Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. How proud we are when we talk about him. And you know how many hours? There was a question. Your friend asked me at the beginning, how many hours do I spend reading in a day? And do you know how many hours did Kalam Sir spent when he was the president of India? The busiest position anybody can hold in the country. You know how many hours did he spend reading? He spent at least 3 hours, at least 3 hours every day. He sat and read. And you know, there is an American president. The American president, you know. He is the busiest person again. He has to travel around the whole world, making and managing and minding the business of every country in the world. But still, it was his routine. He read a book every day. Every day he completed reading one book. One of the greatest president America had. Do you know who is that?
Obama?
Not Obama. He had written many books, Barack Obama. But this person, even though he's an American president, he had to take care of the whole America plus the whole world. Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, one of the greatest president America has ever seen. Theodore Roosevelt. Every day he read one book. Let it be big or small. And if we had time, he read more. So if American president and the Indian president can manage to find time to read, can we complain that we don't have time to read?
No, ma'am.
Mostly we say that, oh my God, we don't have time to read. We have class, we have homework, we have assignment, we have project, we have this, we have that. How are we going to read? But just don't say that excuse anymore. Because I told you about two busiest people in the world who found time to read. Dr. Kalam and Theodore Roosevelt. If they could read, everybody can find time to read, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How much do we read? How much? Actually, that question, it is not about how many books you read. It's all about the quality of the book you read. The quality is important. There are thousands of books in this world, thousands, millions. And we are not even reading a small, tiny bit of all those literature written. So we have to make sure that whatever we are reading, it's good stuff. And what is good stuff? What is the definition of good then? So another question was, what is the favorite genre of mine? Everyone will have a favorite genre. Some people like to read detective stories, right? They are all fond of detective stories, Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes. Is there anybody who reads Sherlock Holmes there? Is there anybody who reads Sherlock Holmes? Written by Arthur Conan Doyle? No. It's then Agatha Christie. Have you heard of Agatha Christie? Agatha Christie? Just note down this name, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is the book written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is actually a detective. He's a private detective. And he is so intelligent, he is so sharp, he solves almost every case. He solves almost every case. And Arthur Conan Doyle is the author. He started writing Sherlock Holmes stories. They started getting published and they became immensely popular. Sherlock Holmes had a huge fan following. Everybody wanted to read. And Sherlock Holmes, it is imagined that Sherlock Holmes read in a street called Baker Street in London. And you know what? People started to write letters to Sherlock Holmes. He's an imaginary creation. There is no such person as Sherlock Holmes. Only Arthur Conan Doyle created such a person, a detective with certain qualities. And he had a friend too, Dr. Watson. He had a friend also, Dr. Watson. They together investigated the cases. They found solutions. And people started writing writing letters to Sherlock Holmes. Every day he got letters. People wrote Sherlock Holmes, Baker Street, London. And he was so popular that Arthur Conan Doyle became fed up with this. Because every day he was getting so many letters and everything. And Arthur Conan Doyle actually was a historian. He wanted to write something else other than Sherlock Holmes. And he wanted to find some time. So he decided, I will kill Sherlock Holmes. What did he decide? Let me stop with this. All my time is now used for writing Sherlock Holmes stories. I don't want to write any more Sherlock Holmes stories. I want to do something else. I want to write some history novels. I need some time. So he decided to kill Sherlock Holmes. He created an episode where Sherlock Holmes falls from a waterfall and died. Sherlock Holmes died. And Arthur Conan Doyle became very happy. I did not write any more Sherlock Holmes stories because Holmes is dead. He thought so. He was very happy. Now I can dedicate my time to do something else. But you know what happened? You know what happened? People didn't agree to this. They said, we want Holmes back. We want Holmes back. You cannot kill Holmes like that. There was a huge protest. Everybody wanted, no, Sherlock Holmes cannot die. You have to bring him back. There was a huge protest in front of Arthur Conan Doyle's house. Everywhere around the world, people started protesting. And finally, he had no other way. He had to bring Holmes back. He created some other story. He miraculously, he survived the fall and he brought him back. So you see, the creation is becoming bigger than the creator. Actually, there is no such person called Sherlock Holmes. Arthur Conan Doyle thought and he created. But even he was not able to stop it because people had accepted it. So your next task is you have to read a Sherlock Holmes story. Whenever you get an opportunity, when you go to school, when you go to a bookshop, pick a book and read it, Sherlock Holmes. And some people like to read mysteries. Some other people like to read this poems. And Tamil Nadu, you have wonderful poets, the Tirukkural. We have Tirukkural, Tiruvalluvar, Subramanya Bharati. All have written so beautiful poems, right? So poetry is yet another wonderful Wonderful reading. Some people likes to read novels. Some others likes to read short stories. Some people like to read essays, prose. Some others likes to read travelogue. Some others likes to read autobiographies, biographies. So your genre, your favorite genre could be anything. Anything you can read. But always pick the good book from the genre. Okay, we have bad and good everywhere we have it. So story books, fantasy books, yes. And we were talking about Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter, you know who is the author of Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Wonderful. And you know what? She is the richest author in the world. She is a multi-millionaire now. She was a very poor woman who lived in a one-room apartment before Harry Potter. And she thought of the story of Harry Potter while she was traveling in a train. As she was traveling in a train, she was a single mother at that time. She got divorced from her husband. She had 3 children. She was living alone in almost poor conditions, a very small house. And while she was traveling in a train, suddenly she thought of a magic school and a character called Harry. And then she started writing this book. And it got elaborated. It stretched into how many parts? How many parts of Harry Potter?
8 parts. 8 parts.
Seven. 8 movies are there. You might be familiar with the movies. That's why you are saying 8. Because the last book is made into 2 movies. Because it's a very big book. They couldn't make it into 1 movie. So the last book, they split it into 2 movies. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And after completing her whole books, she traveled from one publisher to the other. So that these books could got published. And everybody rejected her. Everybody refused her. People asked her, who's going to publish? This is bullshit. Nobody wants such stories now. Children don't even read anymore. Everybody is playing on some video games. Everybody is watching the TV. So who is going to read a children's story now? There is no market for a children's story. That is the reply J.K. Rowling got from everyone. But she didn't get disappointed. She kept trying. Finally, you know who is the publisher of Harry Potter? Bloomsbury. They decided, okay, we'll give it a try. And then they published the first book in the Harry Potter series. What is that?
Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone. And you know what? The rest is history. It became the #1 bestseller. It hit markets all over the world. People started buying it as if they are crazy. And she earned a lot of money. And one after the other, one is showing a Harry Potter book. Is Purvi Tenu? I don't know. Yeah. Which book is that? Yeah. Which book of Harry Potter?
It is the 4th book, ma'am. I am reading
Goblet
it,
of Fire. The Goblet of Fire.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, one after one, all the books were received with great enthusiasm. Children, they were fans of Harry Potter. And the second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, You Can Win. Yes, Kabira. Shiv Gera is, there is a comment by Kabira Zara in the chat box. Bloomsbury is published You Can Win. There's a motivational book by Shiv Gera. Extraordinary people. There is a very famous quote. Which is that quote? Extraordinary people. Can anybody? Okay, we'll come to that quote. The third book, Fourth book, third book is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Fourth book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Fifth book, Harry Potter and the, which is the fifth book? Harry Potter and the, I forgot the name. Sixth one is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Seventh one, Harry Potter and the Deathly
Ma'am,
Hallows.
fifth chapter is Order of Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix. Correct, Vishwesha. Thank you. So, seventh book, by the time the seventh book reached, everybody, there was a long, huge queue in front of the bookshops everywhere in America to buy this book, first day itself. And in this technology-ruled century, people standing in long queues to buy a book is a miracle. And J.K. Rowling has done that miracle. Everywhere, children are fans of Harry Potter now. So reading never dies, my dear children. You will be having TV, computer, video games, this, that. But reading will never die. Because reading gives you a lot of freedom. Reading gives you a lot of freedom. Because when you read, you have the freedom to imagine the story in your mind and live along. When you see a movie, do you have that freedom? Do you have that freedom? You have to go along with what is seen in the screen. You cannot say, I'm going to imagine my own movie. Can you say that? I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to imagine my own movie. Can you say that when you watch a movie? No. But when you read a book, when a writer writes, it was a beautiful morning. All of you close your eyes. Close your eyes. Imagine that you are reading a book. You are reading a book, okay? And the writer has written a sentence like this. It was a beautiful morning. And I was so happy on that morning because I'm going to see my grandparents. Only this much. Okay? It's a beautiful morning. So now I will ask one of you to tell me, what is this beautiful? How do you define this beautiful? Okay, I'm not sure whether
Wonderful.
I'm not sure whether I'm going to call your name because whether you have logged from your parents' IDs. So I'll call the name that appears on the screen. Okay, and you have to tell me your name. And Purvi is the...
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Purvi, tell me. I told you it's a beautiful morning. So
What, ma'am?
I told you that it is a beautiful morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So just describe the morning that is beautiful, a beautiful morning. How did you imagine the morning?
Ma'am, I can imagine a big sun rising from the east between mountains, ma'am. In some other place, if I was near a beach, I'm able to see a big sea, ma'am. And behind that, the sun is rising and crows are flying across it, ma'am.
Wow. So this is how Purvi described that word beautiful. It's a beautiful sunrise near the beach. She can see the sun rising in all golden yellow colors, and there are birds flying against or across the sun. Now Samrita is the Samrita Venkatramani.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, is this your
All of
name,
you
dear?
kindly open your cameras. All of you open your cameras. Let ma'am see you all beautiful faces. Camera can be on, but mic can be muted. Yes. Good children.
Yes, Samrita. Tell me, what is your beautiful morning? How did you imagine that word beautiful?
Ma'am, as I wake up from my room, I see birds singing from the trees. Then, then even I see the beautiful sun out from my room, and that's all.
Okay. So she says, according to Samrita, the beautiful lies in waking up from her bed, opening her window, and listening to the chirping and tweeting of the birds outside. It is not, as Purvi said, it's not a beachside morning. The word beautiful had a different connotation for her. Chetan, will you tell? Chetan?
Ma'am,
Yes. How do you define a beautiful morning, Chetan?
when we went to tour in Ooty, the water will flow, ma'am. In the water will flow, and two mountains will be, ma'am. If it rains, we can see the mirror of sun in the water, ma'am. It will be nice.
Okay. According to Chetan, he went all the way to Ooty. I didn't ask him to go to Ooty. I said it's a beautiful morning. But he went to Ooty because he had seen one of the most beautiful mornings there in Ooty when he went there for a tour. And he says that Ooty morning, when that water was dripping, it was beautiful. So we have two brothers here. Their name is Shivakumar. Can one of you tell me, according to you, what is beauty? Elder one and younger one,
Ma'am,
both of them. Yes.
Beautiful sky with a sun, ma'am.
Huh?
Ma'am, I wake up in morning. I can see beautiful sky with a sun, ma'am.
Yeah, beautiful sky with sun. Vasanti Devi, she wanted to tell. Yeah.
Yes, when I get up in morning, I have to see some birds singing and a beautiful sun in the sky, and I have to be so. How can I should not be like an.
Okay.
I have to be so stiff, and I have to do many works, and after sleeping I have to be so happy and tiredly I have to sleep, ma'am. It will be a
Okay.
good day for me.
Okay, Vasanti. Thank you. So if I am going to ask all the people in the meet, everyone will say a different thing. Each one of you will say what is beautiful morning to you. Because I only said one sentence. It was a beautiful morning. But each one of you imagined it differently. But if you're watching a movie, the director will show you a beautiful morning. And he says, this is beautiful morning. You have to see that. There is no other way. You cannot say, no, this is not my beautiful morning. My beautiful morning is near the sea. You cannot say, my beautiful morning is in Ooty. You cannot say, my beautiful morning is a bright sun in the sky. You cannot say any such thing. It limits your freedom. Let it be a movie or any other gadgets. It limits your freedom. Whereas reading gives you absolute freedom to imagine the things the way you want. And you can travel everywhere without leaving from your room. You don't even one step outside your room. You can travel everywhere along with the book, along with the characters in the book. That is why we say reading will never die. Because basically we all love to read. We all love to listen to stories. We all love to listen to stories, don't we? Don't we? Yes. Right from our ancestors. When we lived in forest, when they made forest fires, and when they all sat around the fire, they all narrated their stories, the adventures of the day. And everyone added a little bit of spice to that. We do that. When we say, I saw a lion, human beings never stop with that. I saw huge, big, ferocious lion just staring at me like that. We love to add spices to what we say. Have you ever seen a cat or a dog saying stuff like that? Today, you know what happened? While I was standing, a big human being came running towards me with a stone. Will a cat say anything like this? A dog?
No, ma'am.
Because they don't want to say, they don't have that imagination. Human beings are the only species in the whole planet who adds on so many interesting stuff to what they say. We are the only species blessed with language as well.
Ma'am,
We will add on. Yes, Chetan?
even talking parrot will be there, no?
A talking parrot will not make sentences or words on its own. It will say whatever we have taught it. Huh?
We have to train it.
We have to train it. We don't talk on its own. Usually it's not a bird who generally talks. It imitates. It imitates what you train or the bird. But we usually, and we actually are a species like that. When we go out of the house, we put some powder, we tie the hair, we put the bindi. Have you ever seen a cat or dog doing that? Do they say, okay, I'm going to go out to take the comb and comb my hair? No, but we actually, we like to present ourselves in the best manner. And whatever we say also, we want to do the same. I think my story has to be the best. So let me add whatever I can to that. That is why we think so much about a dress which I am going to wear for the annual day. And we think and think because we want to be our best on the annual day. The same thing happens to our talk also. I want to say the best thing today. And when we sat, they started talking, they started making stories. And there were people in the past who made tents and they told stories, and you might have heard the stories of Shahrazada, 1001 Arabian Nights. Have you heard the story of Shahrazada?
Yes, ma'am. I have heard about that 1000 Arabian Nights, ma'am.
Yes, 1001 Arabian Nights. There was a woman who told stories for 1001 nights. Continuously she told stories. And they are all compiled together as 1001 Arabian Nights. And we have Panchatantra stories, Vishnu Sharman. You might have heard, Indian story. And this Vishnu Sharman told all these stories. There were some foolish princes, 3 princes. A king had 3 sons. They were very foolish. And the king wanted to make this princess wise. And nobody could make them wise. And finally Vishnu Sharman came and Vishnu Sharman told, I will make them all right. And he told them some stories only. And they are called Panchatantra stories. We have Jataka tales, Buddha. We have the parables by Jesus Christ. Everywhere, all the great teachers, yes. Which book is that, Diyasri?
Jataka tales, ma'am.
Jataka tales. Buddha is associated with Jataka tales. It's his stories. And Jesus always spoke in parables, Ubama, similes. He always told parables. He connected this with that. Because stories, everyone can understand. Everyone can understand stories. You don't have to be like very intelligent or something to understand a story. Aesop's fables. Aesop fables we have. Every one is a story with a message in that. And I'm going to finish it with one small tip to you. You know, when you study,
You say any story.
You can make your learning very interesting by converting whatever you are learning into a story. Have you tried that? Have you tried that?
No, ma'am.
Sometimes you're
Ma'am,
bored
I
with
have
all
tried
this
this, ma'am.
geometry.
No, ma'am.
Sometimes you're bored with English grammar. Sometimes you're bored with mathematics or science or social. So it's easy if you can convert it into a story.
Everything is with reading.
Didn't get you, dear?
Everything is with reading.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Everything. Yes, Chetan?
can you say any story, ma'am?
Yeah, I will definitely. One small story, maybe by the end I will tell you. So here, shall we attempt to make a story? Anyway, our session is titled an interactive session on storytelling. So I don't want to make a story by myself. I thought if we can connect reading, story, everything to learning, if we can learn everything as a story, it will be beautiful, no? So there is no need of sitting and memorizing the whole boring stuff. It will come to you. It's a small story after all. So I'll show you one picture. I hope everybody will understand. I will show you one picture. Okay, just tell me what it is. Can you see this?
Solar
Yes, ma'am. The
What is this?
solar system.
What is that?
Ma'am, solar system.
The solar system, correct. It is the solar system. It is the solar system. So, if you have to make a story of solar system, how will you
Ma'am,
make it?
space,
Story?
ma'am.
Ma'am, about the Earth,
The 8 planets in the solar system.
iron ball.
Yeah, let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you.
Like
Yes,
I very
all the
let's
planets.
let's
too many people.
And it was cooling down and
Okay. It so happens, Vasanti, please mute your mic. So that the problem, yeah, space. Somebody is showing us Facebook.
Chetan,
You
ma'am.
can create a story of solar system. You can say Sun and his 8 friends. Sun and his 8 friends. Or you can say Sun and his 8 sons. S-O-N-S, sons. All these planets are the sons of Sun. S-U-N, Sun. And Sun liked sons and daughters maybe. Sons and daughters. And Sun liked one daughter very much. He was very partial towards one of his daughters, Earth. He didn't like any other of his children like that. He was very partial towards one particular daughter. Her name was Earth. And as the father was partial towards this daughter, he gave everything to her. She is adorned with snow-covered mountains. She is adorned with vast blue oceans. She is decorated with green color trees, flowers, everything. He didn't give any of these treasures to any of his other children. And Mars was very angry. Mars, the sun, was very angry. He became so red, thinking about the injustice done to him by the father. And he asked the tiniest one of them, Mercury. Mars is the biggest among all the 8. And he asked the tiniest one, Mercury, why the father is giving everything to this only daughter, Earth. Why she is not giving anything to us? And then came the other son, Saturn. Saturn always had a gang around him. You know, Saturn is the only planet with
Rings.
rings around it. So you can make a story. You can make a story out of the whole thing. You can give a character to each planet. Mercury is like this. Venus is like this. Our Saturn is like this. Uranus and Neptune, they are called the twin planets. I hope you know that. They are called the twins, Uranus and Neptune. And Earth, she was so sad listening to all this. And she started shaking. There was an earthquake and tsunami on Earth. You can go on like that. Okay, you can go on like that. So when you make stuff like that, you won't forget things because you are creating it. So always try to connect reading, stories, storytelling to whatever you are learning. To whatever you are learning. A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus 2AB plus B square. Try to make a story of it. Try to make a story of it. Try to make a story of prime numbers, odd numbers, even numbers. Maths is a story. Okay, numbers, how did they all start? Everything. Always try to think as if you are a story writer. Okay, your learning will become a beautiful experience for you. So this is all I had to tell you. And before somebody asked me to tell a story, so a small story before we stop. Which story? I think I will tell you.
Ghost, ma'am.
Ghost story. I don't know so many ghost stories.
Ghost story.
Ghost story. My God. It's the ghost story.
Ma'am, you can tell which movie that you have seen also, ma'am. You can make a story with the movies and which books you have read, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will tell the story of Shahrazada itself. Shahrazada, who told the 1001 stories. Why did she say, do you know that? Why did she say stories for 1001 nights continuously?
No, ma'am.
Once there was a sultan in Arabia. Once there was a sultan in Arabia, and he was ruling the country very well. He was a very good sultan. And somewhere in his life, he wanted to go for a pilgrimage. He wanted to go for a journey. And he called his most trusted minister and told him that I'm going for a long journey. So till I come back, please take care of the empire. Please take care of everything. He entrusted the whole kingdom to his most trusted minister, and then he left for the journey. Years passed by, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. The king didn't come back. So everybody thought he must have died. And the minister also assumed like that. So what did he do? He took the crown on his head. He assumed the role of the empire. He started ruling the kingdom. Along with that, he started living with the king's wife, the queen. And they lived very happily. But one day, the sultan came back. And what he saw was this. He was so angry. He was so infuriated. Because he had given his kingdom to his most trusted minister. And when he came back, he's seeing that he has taken up the role of the king and he has taken up even his wife. The sultan was really angry. He took the sword, he cut the head of the minister, he cut the head of his wife as well. He beheaded both of them. And still he was angry. He couldn't control his anger. He said, I'm going to marry another woman. He married another woman. He spent one night with her. The next day, he killed her. Because he was so revengeful towards the whole womanhood. Well, I will kill all the women. That was his attitude. The next day also, he married another woman. He spent one night with her. The next day, he killed her. He made this a habit. Every day, he will marry one woman. The very next day, he will kill her. So what happened? Almost all the women in the kingdom, they were dead. And that day, he needed a new wife every day. So the minister couldn't find a girl on that day. So finally, his daughter said, don't worry, father, I will go today. She was very young, just 16 years old. So the minister said, no, 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 don't go. That king will kill you the next day. The daughter said, no, I will go. She went, and the Sultan married her, and he entered the bedroom at that night. And since she was the daughter of the minister, he asked her, what do you want? And she said, I want to tell one story to my little sister. And she told one story, and she told it in such a way before the dawn. She stopped it in such a point where the Sultan wanted to know the next half of the story. So he said, I will not kill you today because I want to listen to the other half of the story. So only tomorrow I will kill you. Okay, so the next day she finished the story by the half of the night. He began a new story, and he stopped that story just before dawn in a very crucial moment. And Sultan said, no, 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 I want to hear this story. And so, and then so on and so on. 1001 nights she told stories. And by the end of these many days, the Sultan understood so many things from the stories she told. And then he said, okay, I understand my mistake. He stopped killing women. He married this girl, and they lived happily ever after. So that's my story to you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Bindu ma'am, for having given me this opportunity to be with your amazing children. I really enjoyed the session, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mridula. Thank you so much. It was so captivating and interactive also. My children must have definitely enjoyed, I believe. Did you enjoy, my dear children?
Yes, ma'am.
If she stays with us, we will also have 1001 nights. 1001 nights of storytelling with the Mridula ma'am.
Or we can be in the class. It will be nice, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Mridula. You joined with us today. So thank you so much. Over to
Thank you so much, ma'am. And Bintu ma'am, she will tell you many ghost stories. She knows many stories. Ask her. She knows many stories, I know. Because we're very close friends. She has told me so many stories. So when you're back in school, ask her. Okay.
We normally sit for lunch together. We have a mess hall. So when they have the lunch, I normally sit among them. And so we used to share a lot of things. At that time, I will tell you a story. Okay?
Ma'am, please, ma'am, say no.
Okay.
Tell us now, ma'am.
Tell us now, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Next time, I will definitely tell you.
Okay, ma'am.
Now over to you, Advarati. Over to you, Advarati.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Akshayani, please proceed.
Thank you, Principal ma'am and Mridula ma'am, for your provoking speech. Now I invite Vishweshwar of grade 8B to deliver vote of thanks.
Ma'am, shall we read one story, ma'am?
Oh, you can. Stories there?
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't want to stop the session?
No, ma'am. Still for 1 hour.
I started.
Okay, you start it then. Mridula, I'm sorry I'm held up. You say the vote of thanks and then you say that, the Charu Netra has posted something, Mridula, that may be for you.
Yes, it's a story on the solar system.
My God.
He wants to read a story, ma'am, Bindu ma'am.
I will definitely tomorrow. I have to think. No, I forgot. I'm not very young. I am an old woman.
Ma'am, actually that child is ready to, ma'am. He's ready to say a story.
Excellent. Shiva wants to tell a story as a gift to Mridula ma'am. So Shiva, you start it.
Yes, ma'am. The pig and the she-fish. There was a pig fish who lived in the river. He was a large fish who was very proud of himself. One day, a strong current carried him into the sea. There he saw that he was much larger than the sea fishes. He started boasting about himself and his family. He rolled large at the sea fishes and felt good about himself. He said to the fishes, "Look how small you are. Look at me. I am big and I am a pig and I am a great." This allied all the little fishes, but they kept quiet. They did not reached ill and kept busy with their work. One day, a small sea fish.
Shiva, you can say that in Tamil also. No problem. Mridula ma'am knows that. You say in your own language. No issue.
Yes, yes, dear. You can tell in Tamil if you want. No problem.
No
I can
problem.
understand Tamil.
God tired of hearing the pig speak like this. He said, "You may be bigger than me and proud of your size. But if I ever reach the market, I will be sold at a much higher price than you. I may be small, but I am worth my weight in gold." The moral
Shiva,
of the
moral is there, no? Moral. What is the moral?
moral of the story: beginning big does not always mean that you are useful. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent, Shiva. Wonderful. You are a very good storyteller.
Good, clap for him.
Yeah, all of you.
Wow.
Clap. You are Vishnuvardhan. Okay, you are Vishnuvardhan. Your name is coming as Shiva.
That is
Okay,
Vishnuvardhan.
ma'am.
Which class you are, my dear?
First standard. First standard,
Great.
ma'am.
Great. Congrats to your parents also for teaching you this story.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Now Mridula ma'am has to leave, so I request who is saying the vote of thanks?
Vishweshwar,
Yes,
please come forward.
A warm and graceful evening to our most valued Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Mridula, Vice Principal Chinmaya Vidya Kannur, Principal Dr. Bindu Ma'am, teachers, parents, and my dear friends and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who work really hard to make this event happen. I, Vishweshwar, on behalf of Hosur Public School and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty God for taking today's event a resounding success. With His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. On behalf of Hosur Public School, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Ms. Mridula, to spare time from her busiest schedule to grace this occasion. Today we had opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage in us in our reading. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing the occasion and sharing their opinions today. A special mention to our respected principal, Dr. Bindu Ma'am, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do best and standing as full as for strength. I'm immensely thankful to Anchor Akshayani for her efforts towards anchoring of today and Kabira Saira for her wonderful welcome speech, their own ideas and elegance of explanation of everything. I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation. Our sincere gratitude goes to all parents and well-wishers of your rock-solid support system and encouragement. Without your support, children had not been able to achieve excellence. Thank you so much for watching this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu.
My dear children, all of you open your camera. Elavarshi, take a screenshot. Mridula, are you there?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of you open the camera. We will take a group photo.
We will open the camera.
Smile.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you, ma'am.
once
Thank you,
again,
children.
let us have a reflection. What all Mridula ma'am told us today. What are you going to take it in your life? Just tell me. What is the summary of what did she say? Just tell me what did she say.
To read books. We have to read books. We have to increase our quality of life.
One by one. One by which all books she mentioned today?
1001
Harry
Are you going to read a Sherlock Holmes book?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'll read, ma'am. We will try to read.
Then what about Harry Potter? Will you read?
Ma'am,
All the books are
book, ma'am.
all
Ma'am,
the
I am
books
reading
are
it,
available.
ma'am.
Yeah, e-books are available. You search it, you will get it. Internet
Ma'am,
is
I am
actually
reading the
helpful.
Harry Potter books, ma'am.
Wonderful. Even the summaries are there, everything, but summary will not help you. You have to read the book. Your parents, you always ask your parents to give to you a book. Okay? Will you ask your parents to gift you books?
Ma'am, I was
Yes,
Will you gift others also book? Then ma'am told no, even the presidents have the time to read. So don't ever say that we don't have the time. Will you say so?
No, ma'am.
So
No, ma'am.
this session will always be there in your mind. So keep, always keep the words that she told, and then remember those words and put them in your practice, in your real life. Then only you can say that this session will be it was a fruitful session. So will you do that?
Yes, ma'am. We will do, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mridula, for being with me and my children.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
is actually a storytelling, we were all sitting together around a tree, and then I felt the same, even though we are miles apart. Still, the minds were connected. So, thank you so
Yes,
much
ma'am.
once again.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
I will invite you once again to my school. Bye-bye.
Once the
Love you all.
classes are